And welcome back to the Hot. We're talking BTCC, the British Touring Car Championship. And although no major news over the last few weeks, the drivers have certainly been talking, a few of them at least. Let's get into it, shall we? So here's Max Russell having a chat about his first BTCC drive and his up-and-coming thing. And I think he had a few interesting things to say. This was, I think I took this from the BTCC Facebook page initially.
6 years old, my dad threw me in a Bambino kart. Done quite well through karting, competed in the British Champs, got a few seeded numbers. Then recently I won the Junior Saloon Car Championship in 2022. And then went Mini JCW last year.
That 2022, was absolutely amazing. This guy is a real up-and-comer. I'm very excited to see what Max can do, especially after his mini run last year. Yes, it was something to behold.
Came second in the overall championship and won the rookie championship, and I'm here now. So been in the Toka package for about 3 years now, so I know my way around. I think just...
And like the F1 package, even more so though with the Toka package, I think it's so important. He's been there for 3 years. He knows his way around. The tracks are going to be familiar to him. They pretty much do most of the rounds. I'm not sure. I've got to double check with Knock Hill. But he's been to most of the tracks. And if you remember, F2 and F3 don't necessarily go to all 24 tracks in Formula One, which is quite interesting. But he's gonna have it, I think, difficult maybe at first, getting used to everything. But I do suspect that the talent is going to shine through.
With the amount of experience that other drivers have, they've been in the championship for like 10 plus years.
Yeah, there you go.
That's more than half my age, so it's going to be quite a while to get experience, but looking forward to it. If I could learn off more experienced drivers, that'll make me better myself. So yeah.
More than half my age.
I've had a few test days in the car, getting used to it. Just getting quicker and quicker every time I've been in it, and we're going to try and do as much as possible.
Oh my God! Look at that! Is that? Wait a minute! Is that a tease of what the livery is going to look like? Is that a tease for Max? I mean, he's got one. He's always had one of the best mini liveries. If that's the tease for his livery, that is going to be absolutely amazing. Please tell me it's true.
To be fair, obviously it's a lot quicker than the JCW. But it's not as bad as going from a Mini Cooper to a JCW, I think. I think that was even worse. But yeah, I feel all good with the car now. Yeah, just really excited.
Really looking forward to it. And I mean, he's come out and said, Maxwell, hopefully I'm here for as long as possible. He did mention that people have been there for 10 years plus in the touring car package. Remember, this guy's only 17 years old. So he's going to be the youngest driver on that BTCC grid, despite already feeling at home in the Toka package, as he said. Started karting at 6 years old. Last year, he was obviously in the Mini JCW Championship. He finished second overall, as he said. And he's talking about the test. We're trying to do as much as possible. Obviously, since we're new, we're going to have to get as much testing under our belt as possible to have a good chance next season. We will be cheering him on, as all the drivers. And it's the pinnacle of British motorsport, but hopefully I'm here for as long as possible, and we'll just see what happens in the coming years. Brilliant. Good stuff. So moving on from Max to Josh Cook, the 20-time race winner, is a driver who spent many years at the sharp end of the grid. He was a championship contender last year, if you remember, up until the last few rounds. The last few races, so to speak. His best season, he came third overall in 2022. Now, with the move to 100% sustainable fuel upon us, we spoke with the BAS driver in regard to performance of the 2025 cars. He says, first and foremost, the move to sustainable fuel is a great thing for the BTCC and ensures that we are playing our part in racing in a more sustainably friendly way, just like the WRC. They've taken, I think, and a lot of people think, the correct decision to get rid of that hybrid. Now, in terms of performance, every car and engine supply, he says, will react differently to the changes, so it's a big learning curve for everybody. We need to make sure it doesn't become a big distraction for us. I'm interested to see, he said, how it will all pan out, but I think for us it helps in some areas that the hybrid has gone. Yep. So I think it's a good thing. It's also just in the nature of how I like to drive. I'm looking forward to seeing how that push to pass with turbo boost Knight Rider style, if anyone remembers that, works on the circuit. Cook, a front-wheel drive starlight in his BTCC career so far, has not yet announced his plans for 25, but also believes the changes could help the style of car. He said, I think the lighter weight is going to help the front-wheel drive cars for sure. The cars last year and the year before, they did feel very heavy. They felt lazy. Take note, Formula One, and it made it difficult sometimes because we were probably struggling on the braking performance for the weight of the car. So at times we were on the limit. And he says it all favours in the direction of a more drivable car, a more raceable car. So I think it's the right direction from a driver's perspective, as well as it being a more positive move from a sustainable perspective. There we go. Now, last but not least, Daryl DeLeon hails Dick Bennett's influence ahead of his BMW switch. Once again, just like Maxwell, we're really excited because I can't help but feel I was disappointed in this guy last year. I was. Well, and I think going to BMW is the best thing for him. But boy, he's going to feel the pressure because he's in a a championship-winning team and joining the fold at Westway Racing for this year. DeLeon will be returning to rear-wheel drive machinery, the engine and transmission layer that the Anglo-Filipino driver was more accustomed to prior to obviously entering the BTCC, it says. Now, driving for debutant Unlimited Motorsport in the 24 season, the full season rookie turned heads at Silverstone and would score his best result at the Brands Hatch finale, which turned out to be a catalyst for his move to the 10-time Manufacturers and Constructors Championship. So he said, we've had some tough times and some tough battles and also some good drivers. Well reflected DeLeon on his maiden BTCC season. He said, but to now be with BMW and WSR to be back to rear-wheel drive, I've got quite a bit of rear-wheel drive experience, as well with the Radicals and the Porsche. Honestly, can't wait to get back into that sort of environment, and I just can't wait for the season. He said it was after Silverstone we were considering who'd done a good job and things like that. As drivers do, they look at other teams and talk to other teams, but that happened sort of the last round. I actually bumped into Dick Bennett's in the toilets before qualifying. Okay. He said it was actually really good to see him not in the toilets, so I hope, and to sort of have a talk. Again, hopefully not in the toilets, but hey, I'm not judging. But then from that point onwards, he said, it was visiting the factory, the workshop, and talking with the team and seeing about how they can get something across the line. He's talking about how it was an interesting conversation when they were speaking at the table. I was, to be honest, quite nervous, he says, because someone like Dick Bennett and their history working with drivers like Ayrton Senna, Mika Hakkinen, and many more, to potentially add that name to my list and to actually talk with Dick, I was really nervous. He said, I've got the confidence in myself, and I think he's got the confidence in me too. So I just can't wait to learn from him and just to listen to him. He's a really interesting person. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the BTCC, this time last year, I'm not deflated, I was excited for it. But I'm far more, no hybrid racing, what they get, the turbo boost, rookie drivers coming, Maxwell, Daryl DeLeon, Cook's first chair. It's going to be exciting. I absolutely cannot wait. If you don't want to miss a BTCC video, though, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. That's all we need. But if you want to do a bit extra, hit that like button as well. And all I've got to say now is thank you very much. Speak to you soon and stay safe.